Morning once again, E-Dirt. Well, we made it, and hats off to everyone who went up to Lesotho and did the roof. By all accounts, looks like it was one of the toughest, certainly one of the hottest Roof of Africa events that has ever happened. We had a real good buy-in this time as well. We knew that we were going to get a couple of international last-minute.coms, and they delivered, and we definitely had some key players there. Biggest surprise was obviously the week before Roof. Unfortunately, Wade Young, a former two-time champion, unable to go and try and get his three-peat. So a little bit of a heartbreaker there, I must say, and I think it's going to be a hard pill for him to swallow as well. He is going to come back hard, he is going to come back fit and strong, and everyone knows he is still the man to beat as far as Roof goes. But there is a new crown, and it's Graham Jarvis once again. We did call it here at Hollywood Hills. I'm high-fiving myself about that one. But as soon as we knew that Wade wasn't going to be there, it was very hard to actually bet against Graham Jarvis going on and taking his 4th victory. Now, as far as stats go, that means the only man that has more Roof wins than him is the legend himself, Alfie Cox. Alfie Cox was there this year looking after Billy Bolt, the man from the northeast of England. He did well as well. Actually walked away with a top 10 finish. In fact, inside the top 10, we had a full 50-50 split of Intos, that's international riders, and SA riders. So that's kind of what we're going for as well. As far as the podium goes, 2 internationals, 1 South African. We didn't know if it was going to be a lockdown or a lockout. In other words, full international or full South African. This time, it was Jarvis. The big surprise, though, was not necessarily who came third, but who got second place. And that was our second international rider coming over, Alfredo Gomez. Now, I'd not necessarily written him off, but I didn't know that he was going to be that good on a navigational track. He would probably admit off camera as well that he isn't that good at this kind of event. But all he did was get his tactics right. The tactic was tag Graham Jarvis the whole way through the event and try and beat him. Unfortunately, Graham Jarvis, a little bit older than me, into his early 40s now, and he is a wily cat. He knows exactly what to do. He'll pace himself. He said it wasn't as technical a roof, but the heat factor definitely added some plus VAT, and he did battle with that. But he did enough to walk away with 4 titles. That's more than Birch. When Birch was going for his 4th, he was unable to get there, and then after that didn't start showing up to the roof. So he ended on his 3. Wade Young's on 2. These are the modern day roofies. So Birch has got 3. Jarvis has got 4. Wade Young has got 2, but everyone is chasing down the next win. The big 5 is going to be a big one to go for. So 2017, definitely Jarvis is going to be eyeing that up. It's a bit of a milestone if you can walk away with 5 victories on a big event like Roof. The rest of the category is absolutely huge. Sounds like there was a little bit of a mess on day number 1 with bronze loop, silver loop, and then gold loop all arriving at the big pass at the end of the day on day number 1. It caused a lot of bottlenecks. A lot of guys were moaning about their times. We're not here about that. I'm just high-fiving everyone who nailed down their finishes. The Roof organizers nailed that down as well. Looks like they had a lot of logistics to deal with. Well done, Peter Luck and the crew. You guys did a stellar job. Don't worry about the haters. There's always going to be haters. We love the Roof. Everyone's always going to be supporting it. Huge event. So that was 1st and 2nd. You've got Jarvis walking away with it. Alfredo Gomez, the rookie to Roof, walking away with 2nd place, and a close one as well. Jarvis will know that he is going to be a man to watch over his shoulder going forward. The rest of the time, it was all about the rest of South Africa. You had Swanee. He won the time trial on the first day of Roof. Teesdale, he was right up there the whole way through the event. Looked like he was going to take the 3rd spot on the podium. Unfortunately, he lost a little bit of time towards the end. Scotty B, right there, and he did finish on the podium. So that's 2 international podiums, 2 real prestigious event podiums for Scotty B, and he's definitely arrived with a big bang. He's always been there, but this year he's really arrived. So well done, Scotty B, riding out of the Brother Leader Trade KTM squad. That's his 2nd Roof podium as well. So hats off to you. Double T will be a little bit disappointed to not walk away with a podium this time around. As far as the South African guys go, I did have him tagged most of the event. He was right there, unfortunately dropping down off the podium. Blake Goodsight, similar kind of story in that chase bunch. But unfortunately, the top 2 were just way ahead of everyone this year. And it was a big battle to see who was going to get the 3rd place. It came down to the battle between Scotty B, Swanee, Blake Goodsight. Billy Bolt actually joined that party for quite a while as well. He finished outside the top 5, but a very strong ride coming out of the northeast of England man who was backed by Alfie Cox as well. So I think he learned a lot of lessons on the roof as well. And if he bangs a top 10, I don't think he made it quite inside the top 5, but if he bangs a top 10 finish at his first time of asking as well, in his first international year, then he's definitely a threat to watch out for. Letty arrived, didn't really do anything flash this year, but he's always a good cat to have around there, real good character. A lot of juniors coming through as well, starting to make their way up. Calvin Hume, good job, man. One of our younger riders, one of our junior riders, he had a great domestic year this year, entered a KTM 150cc 2-smoke. I like this bike, weighs absolutely nothing in the right hands, definitely a machine. Walked away with the silver win. So that's cool. When you see the juniors step up, yeah, everyone's always going to compare you to Wade Young. He walked away with his first roof entry with a win. It's amazing, but those come few and far between. Calvin's on the rise, and that's going to be nice to watch out for. One of the other big stories, which was absolutely massive, Kirsten Latman, first lady ever to walk away with a gold Roof of Africa finish. High five to you, Kirst. You know, the last few years, Kirsten has been probably the woman to beat on international enduro extreme events. She's targeted that, she's focused on that, and now she's right up there. You know, she can pretty much write her own check. She gets to go to a lot of the big international events, keeps her blade sharp, as I like to say. But to bang a gold roof finish, that's absolutely massive. It was a gamble. She wasn't quite sure if it was going to be there, but based on her season so far, it was the right call. She walks away with it. Everyone who walks away with the gold finish are absolute rock stars. All the gold, all the silver, all the bronze, massive respect. We often compare it to other events like Cape Epic. You know, it's almost a year, sometimes more than a year of prep, tons of money, tons of support, throwing bikes, probably, you know, you're smoking probably 40, 50K of your bike before you even get to roof. So it's huge. If you get up there and you're a spectator, there's probably nothing in the world that can compare, especially the Sutu in those mountains when the sun is shining. But this year the sun shone a little bit too much, and I know those guys were absolutely cooking. Even Taki Bodjodges, guys, real tasty riders, were crossing the line and going straight to the medics, getting fluids into them, getting the drip, getting the old space blanket on. But the support structure was there, and Motul Roof of Africa, thank you guys. Absolutely killer event. Okay guys, I mean, I can't talk about everything that happened at the roof. These were just the highlights. We've got some amazing pictures that came on from Action in Motion and Fricky Stroh and his crew up there. Thanks guys. I know you guys had to hustle around there. I'll be reporting on Kings of Dirt. We've got a double voiceover later on this week. So through Christmas, just before Christmas, you'll be seeing the highlights of day, I think it's Round the Houses and Time Trial and day 1. And then day number 2 will be on the second show. So watch out for those. That's going to be on Ignition. And I think it's going to be on Mnet Supersport as well. So keep an eye on your listings for that, and keep an eye on Facebook. We'll be making sure we tell you exactly when that's going to be happening. Other things were happening this weekend as well. There was the Fun Juro, and while the men were up at roof, a lot of the ladies stayed behind, and Kimberly Ferreira, they had a great Fun Juro event, good entry, and I love these kind of events, nice and fun, nothing too gnarly, lots of fun prizes, and just a good day out. So more events like that, more events for the ladies, and guys, keep up the good work. That was real good. Thanks so much for that. What we're going to be doing now on Hollywood Hills is, this is our last race report. Next week will be our final show of the 2016 season before we start getting ourselves lathered up and going down to the coast, and yeah, we'll have a few scoops as well. Coffee is going to be flowing early in January, week 1 or 2, depending on what the race calendar looks like. But for now, hang in there. One more Hollywood Hills to come next week. Right now, for those who went out and conquered the roof, we salute you.